We are in the season where everyone, and I mean everyone, is vision boarding. And this is a vibe that will likely last for 4 weeks and resume again in 11 months. So why not address the issue now? You are not failing because you dream too small. You are failing because your goals are too vague, and so are the results. And today, we are going to fix that by giving you a little bit more clarity. Welcome back to the Art of Virtual Assisting with me, Stephanie Dopepe, the founder of Virtually Steph and your host. So today, we're going to start a new 2-part series, and we're going to title it the Smart Goal Setting Framework, tailored for virtual assistants and service provider looking to grow their business with more intention. The SMART goal setting framework is where we use specific criteria to help ensure that your goals are clearly defined and you're able to attain those goals, right? So today we'll address 3 items on the framework. We'll do specific, measurable, and attainable. So as a virtual assistant, when you are setting your goal for the upcoming season, right? It could be the upcoming year, the upcoming quarter, the upcoming month, whatever it is, you need to start to make sure that your goal is specific, right? What exactly are you trying to accomplish, either as an aspiring virtual assistant, an established virtual assistant, or a service provider overall, right? So effective planning only happens when you know exactly what it is you want to attain. So, in order for a goal to be specific, you need to answer 3 questions. What needs to be achieved, right? Who is responsible in achieving what needs to be achieved? And also, what specific steps need to be taken to achieve those goals? So let's say you are a task-based virtual assistant, right? Entry level. And your goal is that, Lorato, you want to sign retainer clients by using social media marketing. That's your goal. I'm Lorato and I want to sign retainer clients using social media marketing, right? And then, okay, so that's specific. And then we go under measurable. With measurable, we need to quantify your goals. We need to be able to track your goals. So you need to answer, okay, new retainer clients. How many is that? Because new doesn't mean anything. Retainer client can be 10 retainer clients, 5 retainer clients, 1 retainer client. You need to answer how many clients do you actually want to have in your books. Social media marketing, right? Which platforms are you going to be posting about your business? Like which platforms are you going to be visible, right? And also, how will you track this goal, right? How will you track that you are actually on the path of attaining this goal, right? So then we need to revise the specific goal that we said earlier. So now we will say Lorato will sign 5 new retainer clients by posting 5 times a week across all social media platforms. Right. So you see, now the goal is not just specific, you are able to measure. It's not just retainer clients, you're saying 5. You're not just saying social media, you're saying the many times you're going to be posting, which is 5 times a week. And in terms of platform, you have said all platforms, right? So anything social media that you are on, you're going to be posting about it. Then the third item, we want to check, is this goal achievable or attainable, right? So when you get on the step, you really want to give yourself a reality check. You said Lorato will sign 5 new clients and post 5 times a week across all social media platforms. Is this goal attainable? Are you overcommitting? Will you experience burnout? So once you kind of look at the goal, you're like, okay, cool, let me revise the goal again. So we are going to say Lorato is a part-time virtual assistant, right? So the steps that we've said under measurable needs to be realistic, needs to really be attainable, right? So we're going to say Lorato will sign, instead of 5 clients, she will sign 3, right? Because when you are part-time, retainer clients, let's even address that. Retainer clients are clients that are with you or have signed a commitment with you that is 6 months or more, right? So that client is a retainer client, right? Anything below that, that is just a short-term contract. 3 months, below 6 is short-term. Anything 6 months or more, it's long-term. So we consider them to be retainer clients, right? So you're going to say, okay, if I'm working part-time, 5 retainer clients would be too much, right? 5 retainer clients is too much. Maybe let's be realistic a little bit. So part-time, maybe 3 clients that are paying you well should be something you could manage, right? Especially if you have good time management skills. 5 is too much. So now we'll reassess. Lorato will sign up 3 retainer clients, and instead of posting 5 times a week, if you have capacity as a part-time virtual assistant, maybe let's try 3 times a week, right? And then instead of saying all social media platforms, because how many platforms are you on? You probably are on +5 social media platforms. We're going to reduce it to 3 social media platforms, right? We're going to say LinkedIn. We said earlier, LinkedIn is where people that are decision makers are on. Usually clients on a real budget are on LinkedIn, right? So LinkedIn, Instagram, just for the aesthetic. TikTok is a search engine platform, so you need to be on there, right? So we'll put those other 3 platforms. And once you can even set up on your account where just because you post on one, that account can also multi-post for you. Like Instagram allows you to connect your Facebook account and your Threads account. So you don't actually have to physically or manually post on Facebook and Threads. If you just post on Instagram, you could connect the other 2 accounts and then it automatically post, right? So that's good. But your main 3 would be LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok, right? So that's how we are dealing with Achievable. So now, today, those are the things you need to go home and kind of check. Okay, this year 2026 or this year 2027, I want to get into this industry. Right now, this is what I need to do. I need to make sure my goal is specific. I need to make sure my goal is measurable, and I need to make sure that my goal is attainable, right? So, and whatever the goal is, and I'm just addressing you as a service provider, you will have other goals that you want to accomplish, whether it's financial goals, whether it's personal goals, health goals, spiritual goals, whatever it is. I just want you to use this framework to work specifically for your virtual assisting goals. And then you can always apply the same principles in your other aspect of your life because the rules are the same. As you are listening to this episode, I want to assure you that everything that I teach on this platform is something that I'm actively doing with my clients. Over the years, I've transitioned from basic virtual assistance to business management, operations, and strategic support. My focus now is helping established business owners work on systems and structure so that they can effectively run their business. So, if you are looking for executive support to help you do the same for your business, let's connect. Link below, and I look forward to exploring working with you. So now it is time for our virtual assistant insight segment where we get to answer frequently asked questions that I get. And today's question is, how many clients should I aim for in my first year as a virtual assistant? It's such a tricky question because your first year as a virtual assistant, are you starting full-time as a virtual assistant, or are you starting part-time as a virtual assistant? I said earlier is that if you're full-time as a virtual assistant, you can have more than 3 clients. So let's say 3 to 5 clients on your sign-up clients, right? So those clients can be retainer clients. You can have clients that are project-based clients. You can have clients that short-term clients, long-term clients. So how many clients you should aim to have will depend on you and your capacity. Are you a full-time virtual assistant? So you can aim up to 5 clients, especially if you have great time management skills. Or are you a part-time virtual assistant? I will not advise that you have more than 3 clients, especially if those clients are retainer clients, because you would need to avail yourself. So retainer clients don't have more than 3. If it's just short-term clients, you can do as much as you can manage. And right now we have incredible tools like AI where you can automate things. You can, if you're as a virtual assistant, you are assisting with the social media stuff, you can always pre-schedule things. If you're a virtual assistant that is just mainly focused on admin related tasks, you can always schedule emails in advance. You can always cultivate time during your day to make sure that you meet your clients' goals. So yeah, that is my answer to this question. And also, this question also depends on what you're offering, right? If you're a virtual assistant that is working with project managers, right? They have a lot on their plate. So maybe having not more than 3 clients will be best for you. But if you're a virtual assistant that is doing admin, you should be able to manage accessing different admin accounts and having more than 3 clients. So it just depends on your capacity and the type of service you are offering to your clients. As we are concluding today's episode, I want you to remember that when goals are specific, measurable, and attainable, you can move from just dreaming to actually executing your goals. So make some time, as it's a new year, it's a new season, to really be intentional. What you are setting, how will you accomplish those goals, and how will you track those goals? All right. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.